Welcome back. Before we get into our content for this week, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for receiving what I had to say in our last video so well. Jonathan is always kind of my proofreader. He will sit down with me and watch things before I put it out there, and he didn't even know what the video was going to be about himself, so I kind of threw that on him, but I felt like it was necessary, and it's been so encouraging. Feeling like people relate to that sense of reality has been an encouragement to both of us. A lot of people have reached out to us since, just saying, go at your own pace. We appreciate that. I wanted to start out this week with giving a welcome back to Jonathan, because I feel like it's been a while since you've been
Maybe
here.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Hawaii. So welcome back.
Thanks.
I'm sure everybody is excited to see your lovely face. Okay, this week's video, the birds and the bees.
You might be a little disappointed, but it's not about what you think about. It's very literally
Birds
and bees. Yeah.
We're not giving any health lessons today, we promise.
This week, I am focusing a lot on the bluebirds. Our pasture is long enough that we can essentially create a bluebird trail. I've been doing a lot of research on these guys and what they need and what's going to benefit them the most. Bluebird houses are coming. We're going to be getting those into the pasture this week.
I am completely obsessed with Eastern Bluebirds. It's kind of a thing. This week was fun because with the shift of the seasons, we were able to think about what their needs are going to be in the coming weeks and months. And I want to make sure that not only are we feeding these birds, but we're giving them places to take up residence.
I don't want to be too close to the trees.
Dad, you can't be too close to the tree.
Okay. Yeah, Daddy, can't be too close to the trees. Tilt it southeast. So you need to tilt it this way a little bit.
Like this?
No, twist. Sorry. Nope. Yeah. Like, yeah, that. Yep. I said don't put it in too far. It's supposed to be 5 feet off the ground.
When you are putting up a box that is specifically for bluebirds,
Yeah.
what are some of the things that you need to take into
It
consideration?
has to be 5 feet high, exactly. It has to be exactly 1.5 inch diameter hole.
If it's a circle, if it's an oval, it's different.
Oh, that's right. There can't be a little stoop or whatever you call the little place for them to sit on the
Perch.
A
No-
perch.
no
Yeah,
perch.
And they're supposed to be southeast facing. I did my best. Far enough away.
No. The problems of being married to a bird nerd. So we have this one here. We've got one down there that I have no idea if they'll go to, but it's where we would be able to see them from the house, which I was like, I at least want to try one that I can see them. So one that we had already staked is too close. So my lover husband is gonna see if we can take this one out and move it further down because he's a good sport.
I mean, nature is not that specific, so I'm sure they're not finding exact houses to these exact specs.
We're trying our best. He was laughing because of course he's like, okay, so if a bluebird in nature,
Poking fun.
if a bluebird in nature doesn't have exactly a house 5 feet off the ground, they're just not gonna have a house. No, and we're trying our best. And I think it's been fun to research and
Yeah, no, it's
learn
great.
all the things about bluebirds.
Yeah.
We got the posts up for our bluebird houses yesterday, so the next mission is to mount them. So the kids and I are at Lowe's. We are going to buy the hardware needed. We have our trusty co-pilot here who is not growing any fonder of the car. She's just not a fan. Then we're going over to my sister's to pick up chicken supplies. So a bird-filled day, and we're loving it.
We're not gonna show you too much in the way of chickens this week because we're gonna be really chicken heavy and chicken focused for probably the next 2 or 3 weeks, I would say. But there are some things underway as far as the chicks themselves, coop prep.
Clark and I went and spent about 3 hours at Home Depot one evening, getting, treated lumber, 4x4s, LP smart siding, metal roofing, a bunch of different exterior nails and screws,
And also let it be known that we didn't even buy the supplies for the run yet. There's gonna be a run attached to the coop. This is just for the coop.
So Clark and I are at Home Depot today. We are getting as many of the supplies for the chicken coop as we can handle. We'll see. We're gonna get as much as we can here, and we might have to come back. This particular design, we have to get 8 4x4 beams, better ground contact, and then a bunch of other ties and nails and roofing panels and cedar pickets, so it's gonna be really nice. Clark is on cart duty. This is cart number 2. We have 54 2x4s I think we have to get yet. Now we just have to hope that the trailer can fit all of these, or we're gonna be in trouble.
Clark went to the cottage with his papaw today, and so it is just Annie and I, and we are thinking about venturing out with Miss Cleo and having a girls' day. Jonathan and Clark were at Home Depot last night getting us all the things chicken coop related, but I wanted to show you what that actually translates to. So our entire trailer here is full of stuff, and that does not include all of the wood. They got what they were able to. Very exciting.
I mean, honestly, it was like $1,000 all in. And then I don't know that the run will be, I don't think it'll be an exact duplicate of that, but I would estimate like maybe $1,500 for this. It's pretty big too.
Yeah, coops of even a lesser size than what we're gonna build were easily $3,000. For something of the size that we're going for, if it would have been pre-built, I think it would have been 4 to 5. Without a doubt. So I think we're still in good shape.
Yeah.
It's the end of February. It is a very mild day. It's not a pretty day. It is very windy and it is rainy, but I'm trying to take advantage of the soft ground. And so my mission for the day is to see if I can dig up my blueberry bushes here and transplant them up here a little bit higher. So here's my row of blueberries. Here's my row of raspberries. If we can get these up the hill a little bit further, this area in between right here would be perfect for the chicken coop. We're thinking it would be a good spot for a chicken coop for a variety of reasons. Number one, because it's the most flat area in our yard, far enough away from the house that we are hoping to not get a ton of sound and odors, but also close enough that coming out every day for eggs should not be too annoying. It looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think like 7 or 8 bushes here. Apparently now is the time of the year when you want to transplant them because you don't want to wait until the spring when they're active and growing. You want to transplant them when they're dormant. Mission 1 is to get them out. Then I'm gonna go get some soil amendment so that I can replant them. So here we go. All right. Annie is going to be Vanna White, model it for us. And there you go. And here we have, oh, come on Clark, come on Vanna. And here we have our first extracted blueberry bush, complete with root ball. So here we go. Will it survive? Probably not with mommy's black thumb. I have my blueberry bushes out. There are 6 that are normal size, and then there's this little guy here, so I don't even know if that is a blueberry bush. I might just be planting a 7th weed. One more to dig, and then I think I might dig a little hole for that little mystery bush slash weed. Oh, you found them? We are done digging for our blueberries, so now comes the easy part of putting them back in the ground. Gonna check in with my brother-in-law first. He's kind of a blueberry guy. Him and my sister have tons of blueberry bushes at their house, so I want to check and make sure that what I was going to put in the soil is what I should be putting in the soil. Yes, it is February and pouring down rain, and these kids have been on the trampoline for hours today. Go talk to Uncle Joe. See what he has to say about our blueberries, okay, buddy?
For where we want to place our chicken coop, unfortunately, there are some obstacles. Number 1, it is not level by any means, and number 2, there was a row of blueberry bushes that were already planted. Now we are at a point where between having the supplies, having the blueberries out of the way, now we can level out that foundation area, fill it with stone, and then get going on building the coop.
Okay, just got back from Lowe's. I did talk to my brother-in-law, and he said lots of peat moss, soil acidifier and the original soil that I dug out. I had also read online that people recommend using like potting soil or ground soil. I'm gonna do a kind of a combination of all those things. So I got a big thing of peat moss here. I got the soil acidifier because blueberries love acidic soil. I got my in-ground soil here. I went with organic just because obviously this is a food producing plant and we're gonna be eating the blueberries, so I just wanna make sure that everything is safe.
Lots of chicken things
Yeah.
in the near future. We're really excited.
You have to show them.
If you
the eggs.
hear a humming in the background, I'll give you a peek at the end, but you're gonna have to wait until next week. But if you hear humming, there's a reason for it.
All right, so that covers the birds aspect of our title. Now we're gonna transition into bees, and specifically honeybees.
I feel like a little girl again on my first day of school. Annie said that I could use her unicorn backpack for my beekeeping class tonight, so I've got my backpack packed. The instructor emailed us our slides, so I have that printed out. I got my water bottle, my snack, my pencil and pen, and my notebook. I can do this.
So what did you do this week?
So I had an eventful and fun week. I am actually taking part in a 5-week beekeeping course. Our neighbor up on the hill is super sweet. We've met her a few times now, and she sells honey for an income, for a business. She's got a big production up there. Oh, he's gonna go get the bottle. It's delicious. Number one, I checked in with her because I didn't know if us having bees would impact her bees negatively. I don't really know much about them. I'm very novice with all of this. We will not be any sort of competition because we aren't doing it for the level of production that she is. We just want it for ourselves and maybe friends and family as well. But she was super supportive and encouraging. She said that she will help me get set up when I'm ready. But her biggest thing was that she recommends educating yourself before you get into it because a lot of people just jump on in and have no idea what it entails.
Not always easy as stay-at-home parents that aren't making an income to do something that feels like it's for you. While it was a little hard to spend the money for this course, I'm glad I did because anytime that I step out of my comfort zone and out of the norm and do something for myself, it feels very validating and I always get more back than I put into it. On the way here, I was very much reminded that this is exactly where I am supposed to be at this moment and that really this decision and taking this class isn't just for me because this is something that is hopefully going to benefit my whole family. How did I know that I am supposed to be here? Well, because of the songs that played on the radio. For starters, I do not normally listen to music when I'm in the car. I appreciate quiet, but I was kind of like celebrating my boldness and my independence tonight and this choice to like take care of myself, like I am woman, hear me roar sort of thing. And 3 songs in a row played that made me laugh more and more progressively each time. The first one was I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. And while that might not seem super fitting for the evening, it felt super fitting as a woman because number 1, I am named after Whitney Houston, and number 2, she's kind of like one of the OG boss ladies. Like nobody can top the power of her voice even to this day. The second song was Billie Eilish, and I can't remember what it's called, maybe Royals, but that one was making me giggle because there were a lot of straight up bee references in it, saying, you know, we crave a different kind of buzz. You can call me Queen Bee. So that made me laugh. I thought that one was really fitting for obvious reasons. And then number 3, Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. And like, what a better way to get myself to my first beekeeping class.
I told Jonathan that I probably looked like such a nerd because literally the whole time I had 2 expressions. So my first expression was just like this, like just smiling and like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I love learning all of this. The other expression was like complete dumbfoundedness, like what? My mind like was blown up so many times. The things that honeybees do is just fascinating.
It's impressive.
I I came home and I was like a balloon ready to pop, and I was just like telling Jonathan all the things that I learned that I thought were so fascinating. One of our assignments was to do a little research on the history of bees and to send our professor something that we found interesting in our research this week. So I sent her an email. I said, I can't even tell you how fun the class was. I loved it so much. I'm sorry if I looked like an idiot. And she responded back and she said, thank you for making my day. You literally were me the first day that I sat in a class. And now she's a master beekeeper. She has her master's in beekeeping. Didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is. She was awesome. The class is awesome. Bees are awesome. Sorry, Sabrina, I know you hate bees, but they're really cool and I can't wait.
Just finished my first bee class and I have to do it, guys. I'm sorry, but I am buzzing. That was seriously so much fun. I think part of it was just because I haven't been in a classroom as a learner for a long time, and so that felt fun and fresh and exciting, but we learned so much. All of this stuff fascinates me. I just texted Jonathan telling him how giddy and excited I was after the class, and I told him, I was like, man, if I'm this excited for a bee class, imagine if this was a Bluebird class. I think I would seriously burst. I can't wait for all the stuff that is to come.
Jonathan hinted, oh, turn here. If you see the yellow thing in the corner over there, that's our incubator. We have hatching eggs and live chickie chicks.
I love her.
Coming this week. You gonna come say goodbye? Come hang with us. Come say goodbye.
I think that covers it for this week. Thanks for tuning in again. You know, everyone's time is valuable and it's awesome for you to be spending some of it with us, so thank you.
Dates, see you next time. Like, I came home and was just like vomiting like all of these facts that...
Not literally vomiting,
yes.
honey.
It is February here. Cleo doesn't really know how to use her tether yet. She just ran full speed and did a barrel roll. We're not sure if we're gonna start with bees this year. Oh my gosh. She makes for a lot of great background footage. She was literally just standing over his head. if you're happy and you know it, hatch an egg. Hatch, hatch.
Or else sparrows will
Do this.
take over.
Sit, whiny whines. Sit, whiny whiny.
Ah! I just remember I'm not 6 foot.
Oh, bye.
Okay, you start it, I'll go.